Your kid just reorganized their entire room at 2 a.m. They say, "I couldn't sleep." You think, "At least they're being productive." Underneath, their brain is quietly screaming, "Everything inside me is chaos, so I'm controlling whatever I can." Kids almost never say, "I'm struggling emotionally." They say, "I'm fine." What makes these signs dangerous is that none of them look like distress. They look like personality. These are 10 normal behaviors that quietly signal a child is struggling, and one behavior parents accidentally reward. Stay with me, because number 6 is where most parents accidentally make things worse. Number 1, the grade flip. Perfectionist, or I don't care anymore. Let's start with school, because that's where kids usually start leaking. Your chill B student suddenly decides they must get straight A's. Every quiz is life or death. They're studying until 2 to 3 a.m. for a test worth 5%, which is either dedication or a hostage negotiation with algebra. Or the opposite. Your high-achieving kid suddenly shrugs. "Whatever, I don't care if I fail." 2 extremes, 1 message. Something inside me hurts. The new perfectionist is thinking, if I can get everything perfect on paper, maybe I'll finally feel okay inside. The new dropout is thinking, I'm going to fail at life anyway. Might as well start now. Big, sudden changes in effort, up or down, are rarely about intelligence. They're about control and self-worth. Don't ask, what's going on with school? Try, how are you feeling about yourself lately when it comes to school? Because if the inside is shaken, it won't just stay in grades. Number 2, the friend group carousel. Monday's best friend for life is Wednesday's sworn enemy. Last month's friend group doesn't exist anymore. Or they go from constantly social to suddenly no one. We're tempted to roll our eyes at teen drama, but what looks like social chaos is often identity panic. If I change the people around me, maybe I won't feel this way anymore. They're not swapping friends, they're swapping who they are with different people. The funny one, the smart one, the quiet one, the I don't care about anyone one. When none of those magically fix the inside, they swap again. Instead of, why are you always falling out with people? Try, you've had a lot of friendship shakeups lately. Are you feeling different about yourself around people? And when changing friends doesn't help, a lot of kids move to the next thing they can manipulate, time. Number 3, the sleep schedule from another planet. They're up at 3 or 4 a.m., dead asleep at noon. You blame screens. Their brain blames tomorrow. Here's what their brain might actually be doing. Being awake in the day hurts. So what if I'm just not awake for most of it? Daytime comes with school, expectations, social interactions, people asking, how are you? Night comes with quiet. No demands, no one watching, so they shift their life into the hours that hurt less. Watch what they do at 2 to 4 a.m. Deep cleaning, reorganizing their whole room, starting big projects that appear out of nowhere. That's not a productivity phase. That's emotional avoidance disguised as hustle. Simple check-in. I've noticed you're up really late a lot. Is it that you don't want to sleep? Or you can't stand tomorrow? Because once sleep goes weird, food usually isn't far behind. And when kids start living at night, their body's usually the next place the stress shows up. Number 4, the appetite that suddenly changes. 1 month, I'm not hungry. I already ate at school. Their plate stays full. Next month, the snack cupboard mysteriously empties itself every night. We obsess over what kids are eating. Emotional distress cares more about why. Not eating can be, everything feels too big. Controlling food is one thing I can still win at. Overeating can be, nothing feels good. Food is the only thing that reliably changes how I feel. It's not always an eating disorder. Sometimes it's the very first physical sign that emotions are off the rails. Instead of, you need to eat properly, stop snacking so much. Try, I've noticed your appetite's really changed. Is anything feeling heavier or more stressful lately? Because if they don't feel safe talking about their feelings directly, those feelings usually slip out in the safest costume kids know: jokes. Number 5, the "haha, I'm dead" joke pattern. You ask, "How are you?" They say, "Haha, I want to die. I'm trash, but I make it aesthetic. My mental health is spicy." Everyone laughs. It sounds like normal internet humor. Sometimes it is, but watch for pattern. Is every joke about them being worthless, broken, or better off gone? Do they use humor to dodge any serious question? Do they shut down if you try to dig underneath? Kids will often say the rawest thing as a punchline, just to see if anyone notices. A good move is not to panic, but also not to ignore it. You joke about yourself a lot in a pretty dark way. I know humor helps, but is any part of that actually how you feel? Here's the hard truth most parents don't want to hear. They're not hiding. They're testing whether you can handle the truth. And when they reach that point, the smallest thing can blow the whole dam. That's when parents get blamed for overreacting, even though the explosion started days ago. Number 6, the explosion over nothing. This is the moment most parents misunderstand a situation and accidentally make everything worse. You bought the wrong cereal. Plans changed by 10 minutes. Someone sat in their usual seat. And suddenly your kid is crying, yelling, slamming doors, saying things like, "You never listen!" or "I can't do this." You see overreaction to something tiny. They feel last straw after 100 things I never said. All the invisible stuff. School pressure, friend drama, body image, constant comparison, fear of the future, stacks up until one tiny extra stress, the cereal, the plan change, snaps the only thread holding them together. It's not about the cereal. The cereal just died for the sins of the week. It's about everything that came before the cereal. Instead of, "Why are you being so dramatic?" try, "Okay, I know this isn't about the cereal. What else has been piling up lately?" Because when they don't know how to talk about their own mess, they often switch strategies completely and start mining your past for survival tips. Number 7, the sudden interview about your pain. Out of nowhere. Were you ever really sad as a teenager? Did you ever feel like you didn't fit anywhere? How bad was high school for you, actually? It sounds like curiosity. It's more like research. They're basically asking, has anyone felt like me and survived? So you get weirdly specific questions. You said school was hard for you, like scale of 1 to 10, how hard? Did you ever eat lunch alone on purpose? Did you ever want to just not be here anymore? They're looking for proof their pain isn't unique and hopeless. You don't have to trauma dump your entire history, but you can say, "Yeah, I remember feeling really alone, anxious, low at times. It was rough, and I did get through it." Did you ever feel anything like that? You're not just answering a question. You're answering, is what I'm feeling survivable? And while all that's happening, their environment often starts to match their internal weather. Number 8, the bedroom that turned into a cave. The curtains are always closed, lights almost never on. Your kid lives in a permanent movie night with no movie. You, "Open the window, it's the middle of the day." Them, "The sun is aggressive." It's easy to dismiss his teen vibe, but here's the thing. Kids build their spaces to match their emotional climate. The disaster room can be normal teen, or it can be, "My brain is a pile and my floor is just telling the truth." The perfectly tidy, color-coded room can be responsibility, or, "If I control every object, maybe I'll feel less out of control." The true red flag is the cave. Blankets over windows, advanced darkness, zero light by choice. Why? Because light feels like pressure. Bright rooms feel like they're demanding energy they don't have. The cave is the one place that doesn't ask them to perform fine. You don't fix this by ripping the curtains open. You start with, when everything's dark like this, does it feel calmer or does it feel heavier for you. Because once they're living in a cave mentally and physically, their questions about life itself usually start to shift too. When that happens, the questions stop being casual and start being about whether life even feels worth the effort. Number 9, the existential spiral. Suddenly, your 14 or 15-year-old sounds like a late-night philosophy podcast. Do you think life has any meaning? Why are we even here? Here's how you can tell which one it is. Sometimes this is normal, curious, my brain just discovered big ideas energy. Sometimes it's not. The difference: curiosity feels light, playful, interested. Crisis feels heavy, flat, hopeless. If those questions show up alongside weird sleep, big appetite changes, dark humor, friend chaos, and cave bedroom, treat them as more than deep thoughts. You don't need to give a TED talk on the meaning of life. You can simply say, when you ask that, it sounds like things feel pretty pointless right now. On a scale from just thinking to I'm really not okay, where are you? Let them place themselves, then listen. Because when their brain can't find a way to say, I'm not okay safely, their body will often start yelling it for them. Number 10, the body that's always sick, but doctors find nothing. Headaches, stomach aches, random chest tightness, exhaustion. You've done the doctor rounds. Everything comes back. Looks fine. But you know your kid isn't fine. When your kids don't have language for emotional pain or don't feel safe using it, that pain often turns into physical symptoms. Anxiety sits in the stomach. Depression sits in energy. Stress sits in muscles and migraines. So, I feel sick sometimes really means I feel scared. I feel overwhelmed. I genuinely don't know how to do another day like this. The kid who's always ill but never diagnosable isn't faking it. Their body is saying what their mouth can't. This is what the 2 a.m. productivity at the beginning often turns into. The body taking over when words never felt safe. A powerful response is, we've checked your body and it's okay. That actually makes me wonder if your feelings might be what's hurting. If that's true, I promise you're not crazy and we can get help for that too. What you do after you notice. This part matters most. Seeing these signs is uncomfortable. You might be feeling guilty, scared, overwhelmed. You don't need to be perfect. You need a plan. Step 1, look for clusters, not single moments. One bad grade or one dark joke doesn't equal crisis. But 3 or 4 of these signs hanging out together, that's your cue. Step 2, name what you see gently. I've noticed you're up really late a lot. I've seen your appetite change. You've been joking about some pretty dark stuff. No blame, no drama, just observation. Step 3, open the door without shoving them through it. You don't have to tell me anything right now, but any of that is you struggling, I want you to know I can handle it. I won't freak out, I just want to understand. The biggest fear kids have is not, will you be mad? It's, will it be too much for you? Most kids don't need a perfect parent. They need one adult who doesn't look away when things get uncomfortable. You fix that by proving, slowly and consistently, that you won't shatter if they tell the truth. Step 4, get back up sooner than you think. School counselor, therapist, doctor who gets mental health. You're not overreacting by asking for help. You're refusing to wait until crisis mode. The scariest part of being a kid isn't homework, hormones, or group chats. It's lying in bed at night wondering, if they saw the real me, the overwhelmed me, the angry me, the tired of existing me, would they still stay? Noticing these signs is step 1. But what you say next is step 2, and it matters even more. If you're seeing your child in this video, there's one sentence that opens the door safely and doesn't scare them off. That's what we're breaking down in the next video. Because noticing the storm is good, but helping them through it is where everything actually changes. If this helped you notice signs, the next video explains what kids do when they stop feeling safe enough to talk and how trust breaks quietly. Watch next.